So something I want to come on to, which is key additives. What are some additives to look out for when buying food? Is there anything that's like a gut disruptor or anything that a person should be looking out for directly when buying food that's a no-no when it comes to gut health?
Yeah, so the artificial or the non-nutrient sweeteners, that's a good example. Because so people thought that this would actually solve the problem of the excessive sugar consumption.
Yeah.
But then there have been studies by some very reputable scientists in Israel that have shown that, first of all, it has no benefit in patients with diabetes. Secondly, it has negative effects on the gut microbiome and on metabolism. So even though some of these things are not absorbed, like sucralose, they still do not have the benefit that are being claimed. I think there's a gradient of stevia seems to be one of the better ones. Sucralose is one of the worst ones. My advice is always, if you want to do something for your health in terms of sugars, try to wean yourself off the sweet addiction, which is programmed early in life. Americans have the sweet preference is different from most other countries in the world.
Everything's sweet in America, I feel like. And also sweeteners is 1,000 times sweeter than sugar.
Yeah.
So our brain is getting, that chemical reaction still, even though it's not having the kind of the biochemical breakdown of it, it's still releasing our hunger hormones to tell our body that we've got a huge amount of sugar.
Yeah, and there are two things, particularly with young children, where these taste preferences are being programmed. So a good example is, a country that has some of the worst problems with obesity and metabolic diseases is Mexico. And the CEO of Coke Mexico, they had a marketing campaign to pregnant mothers, that when your newborn cries or can't sleep, give him or her Coke. They'll sleep. So with the sugar. So they definitely, a whole generation was programmed for sweet preferences. On the other hand, what I personally have noticed, if you consistently avoid sweets, your sugar preference will change as an adult. So it's not something that you're stuck with, and you actually don't like the sugar anymore, or it's like everything is too sweet. All of a sudden you dilute it, or you take. So in my early days,
try and wean yourself off it. Basically, is one of the most powerful ways.
That's not something that Americans like to hear, to wean themselves off something. But sugar and sweets are definitely something.
Yeah.
No matter if it's sugar or the non-nutritive sweeteners.
A gastroenterologist told this to my parents, and what I would love your just like natural quick response, and you can just say yes or no. Is that my dad actually does have IBD as well. And he was ill on a cruise, and everyone was getting food poisoning. And this gastroenterologist didn't get it. And they said to him, how come you are the only person who's not got the sickness bug? And he said, I put it down to drinking only when I'm on holiday. So he wasn't advocating drinking this every day. But he was saying when I'm on holiday, I drink a can of Coke to stop me getting sick. And I only do that when I'm traveling. And that's all I do. And then I don't drink it afterwards. And so my parents are now obsessed that whenever they're away, they drink a can of Coke. Is there any truth to that? Like, is it just literally killing everything in our guts that's maybe having an effect?
It is definitely a semi-poison, for I'm not sure if these studies have been done. It's antimicrobial effects. I would not, based on your dance experience, I would not recommend it. I think there's other things that you can do.
I didn't look into it, but they swear by it now. And they've never get sick.
Yeah, no, well, that's where part of the central programming comes in as well. If you strongly believe in this, you're protected,
There you go.
But being a scientist, if I saw experiments that showed this, that it actually has antimicrobial effects, I would change my mind on it. So.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I still have to take it with a pinch of salt, but I'm like, if it works for you, then it's fine. Just make sure you clean your teeth more than you usually would because your teeth will fall out.